Good morning. We're outside already because I want to show you the before. I know I showed you this the other day, but this is the door. So it's this kind of creamy colour, and obviously it's like kind of still nighttime, so it's not 100%. And then the back door is black. The guys are coming this morning to paint all of the doors and windows in that silk grey that I chose. So I'll show you when they've finished. But I believe they are spraying them. So hopefully it's actually not going to be a really long process because I've got some stuff to do today. I've got to film some things. Well, I feel like this might be the beginning of a horror movie. Also, I just took the dog for a walk and I'm so cold. I'm so cold I can't talk speak. I can't talk properly. And holding the lead really aggravates my shoulder. Such a weird thing. So I was going to film my Primark haul today, and now I'm not, because I realised that this is going to take a lot longer than I thought it was. I thought this was going to be super fast. I don't know why. Just thinking about it, there's so many windows. Of course it's not. They've masked up all the back. They've got to take the handles off the doors. It's a whole thing. That was not intentional, but it is. And I think they're going to be doing it a while, and obviously at some point they're going to be doing the window here, and I can't be getting changed and trying things on. So I'm not sure what I'm going to film today. It's also intermittently quite loud, so update on the situation. It's not so bad now. I did a lot of oils and hydrating things last night. I also used the red mask. Have I shown you the red mask? I just did a live on YouTube. I was thinking about a family member who I don't speak to. Who or whom? You know, I like to know these things. Is it whom I don't speak to? With whom I don't speak? I don't know. But I would like to know if somebody knows, because when we talked about the what did we call it? It was like the subjunctive, is that right? We talked about that last week in a vlog, and that was absolutely fascinating. I've remembered what it was. It was if I were versus if I was. And it was all very like, oh, what's happening, Manny? I can hear them spraying. So the decision was, much as I said, but I couldn't really articulate correctly. If I were would be for, ooh, it's all happening. Also, if you like the smell of aerosol paint, you'd love this. I'm gonna move because there was a man in the window. What was I saying? Yeah, if I were is for something that probably won't happen. So like, if I were to win the lottery is technically correct. If you said if I was to win the lottery, that's also still accepted now. But technically, if you want to know actually what's correct, if I were. Whereas if I was going to say, so that, for example, if I was going to say would be correct, because I probably am going to say, if I was to put my shoes on right now, or if I were to grow horns. Manny looks concerned, but still not really going to see what's happening, even though it's very noisy. He's not even gone to have a look in the window. I really do feel like this is like an isolation thing. Like I'm not allowed out of the house. Also, I haven't said a word to anyone in about 2 hours, and my voice kind of was like, ooh, can't remember what I sound like. I've just been playing on my PlayStation game, and Manny's been sleeping on me, and that is basically what we've been doing today. I have not seen the colour of the windows yet. I picked it from a swatch and just like had a look at some pictures of other people's stuff online, so I don't really know what it's going to be like. But our neighbour has just messaged me and said she really likes it. So, well, what a palaver. So I've finally been released from my house. And you may remember that I showed you this from outside where it's all cracked and weathered. Well, this guy told Lee when he booked him that he would prep that and it would all be filled and sanded. That guy did not tell the guys that came, and they've just sprayed everything. And I was like, oh, I don't want to have to say anything. I don't enjoy confrontation at all. I was like, I'm gonna have to say something. And he said, oh, do you want to come and have a look? And I said, yeah. The back of it is great. Let me go and show you the back. Although it is, I mean, I picked the colour and I do like the colour, but It's a little more grey than I expected it to be. Here we go. I think it still looks nice with the beige sills. It's still kind of in keeping with the garden and with the house. It also doesn't look too crazy if you look at the next door's windows. It's not too massive of a difference. I did want it to be more of kind of like a putty colour, but the whole thing in here is kind of like creams and greys and just, I mean, it's basically the theme for the fence. But it was sprayed and it's a really nice finish. It's just the front where it's weathered more than the back. Oh man, he's come to see what I'm doing. He's like, I thought we were going in the living room. We're not, we're gonna stay in here. I'm gonna play my game. So I messaged Liam, I was like, you're not gonna be very happy because they've not really done the thing that you thought they were gonna do. And when the guy asked me, I was brave. I was a grown up and I said, look, this is not what he thought he was getting. He's not gonna be happy when he gets home. I did do that thing of like, it's not me, I'm not complaining, he's complaining. The boss guy came round and said, sorry, that's my fault, blah, blah, blah. He's gonna come back and fill it, sand it, and repaint the bits that need to be repainted. Which means, at least for some of the windows, I'm gonna be barricaded back in my house again on Thursday. I mean, I'm not complaining too much because it means that I can sit and play Jurassic World Evolution 2 again. But it's not quite the productive week off that I thought I was gonna have. School pickup time, and it's just occurred to me that I never did show you that LED mask that we talked about first thing this morning. So I will remember when we get home. Also, in this light, I can you see kind of like a darkness here and here? I think I've probably not overdone it with the Tretinoin. And I did a video about this last week in case you are interested. But you have to be careful not to get it. It's a retinol type product. Have to be careful not to get it anywhere where there's like creases. So like around the eyes, I get a lot of dryness here if I put it too close. But my pigmentation is here. So I'm gonna put it here, but I can't put it too close to my eyes or they'll get red and sore. Here, this crease, which is not enormous on me. I don't have kind of much of anything there, but it's still there. And so it can get a little red and flaky around my nose and here is the absolute worst. I also got some questions about whether or not I use it when I'm removing facial hair. No, I do not. I use it here kind of onto my cheek, but not my chin, never my top. No, not the goatee area, because it does not mix with hair removal. I'll do that. And then if I'm doing hair removal of any kind on my face, I use either, I always want to say Bonjela, and it's not called Bonjela. What's it called? Bepanthen, in that area, which is nice and shiny, very attractive, but it is antibacterial and it stops me from getting any kind of breakouts. I was using an antibacterial spray, but I think it's got too much alcohol in it because it is a little bit, not abrasive, but it's like not very soothing. So while I've got this situation going on, I'm not using that, and everything's kind of calming down a little bit. So that's the update for those of you, none of you, who asked. Tonight we will be eating pie, and I will leave that bubbling away while Manny and I can get back to some Jurassic World. And as promised, this is the LED mask. I'm going to talk more about this in another video. I was so close to purchasing this. I talked about it on Instagram to see whether or not anybody could tell me, just push me in that direction. I was going to buy it at the end of the month. And Current Body, who makes the mask, actually offered to send me one. One of the very few times that someone has sent me something in PR that I really actually wanted. Okay, so this is how it works. You put it on your face, there's Velcro in the back, you press this button, and you turn into a character from a horror movie. This will be on for 10 minutes. And then I'm done. And it is supposed to help with pigmentation, fine lines. I mean, a lot of it that I am interested in is kind of the unevenness and stuff. A skin tone issue more than like wrinkles and things like that. But it was highly reviewed of all of the kinds that you can buy, and especially in its price range. It's expensive. It's not the most expensive, but I think it seems to be, from my research, the most affordable for how effective it is. If you don't make decorations with the leftover pastry, what do you even do? I don't even know. Also, half these pastries, they're sunken into the actual pie.